stressing, cause in my mind I'm manifesting lessons. I said the God is here, y'all never listening. Just like the stars in the sun, I'm ever glistening. I fucks with hardcore battle rapping. I leave you stranded in the water of my wisdom with your paddle flapping. Snatch his poofy off, he coming with a lot of capping. In ATL I chose the hawks, then I got the stabbing. They holding sticks in their car, son, but none of them control the planet like the God, son. You swelling up, getting stiff, you a hard one. That stillmatic burn your ethers flow like God, son. Yeah, it's always death before dishonor. Allah hate it when a man flexes on his mama. Them racist cops working out when they squeeze tools. This that futuristic flow to make the G's move. You couldn't even walk a mile in the G's shoes. Bees swarm in New York when they see food. Get it? Seafood.
Never poured us when the wolf played a sheep. He shattered his war, then he showed all his teeth. The niggas who was for was too afraid to eat. The niggas playing ball was so afraid of beef. They surrendered to the butcher, put them through the meat grinder, send them to the cooker. I'ma be the pusher, FDA certified. Chop suey, filleted and fried. These niggas are cowhide and they don't know beef when death is the limit. I like mine well done with peppers and lemon. Took my style back, now you left with a gimmick. What you thought y'all was winning, cause I left for a minute. Y'all gotta be kidding. You green in the face, so I gotta be shitting. Got coal in your eyes, so I gotta be spitting. I'm just doing what y'all niggas didn't, since the shoe still fitting. I'ma keep on kicking like I'm still in the belly, and my meal ain't ready. Keep my hands in the beef till it feel like spaghetti. I'ma eat till they short a cake, and if they order steak, I'll surround them with water like Florida State. They ain't ready to kick you off. Because guess what? If Ye would have behaved, Puffy and Jay probably still wouldn't be holding their key. And Jay definitely, I think his career would have been compromised if Kanye didn't add on to his catalog.
I mean, them dudes definitely wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like the type of paper they got now. It's crazy.
I think that blueprint was a saving grace.
That paper, man. I mean, we talking about billion. Like they said, Kanye was almost like 2 billion, 1.9 billion. Then Jay behind him, 1.5 billion, and then Diddy at like 1.1 billion dollars. Like these niggas is caked out, crazy. Like, like why don't you have a distribution company? You know, why don't y'all collectively own banks in different cities or yeah?
Because what Kanye said,
we being controlled. You know what I'm saying?
And he pulled a bluff. He called a bluff.
Yeah. It's definitely, you know what I'm saying? You don't see none of them out there speaking like Kanye, Kyrie, you know. And I love Kyrie, man. He's more, I think, scholarly with it because he's hitting them with detailed information as to why am I an anti-Semite? That's a contradiction for me to be an anti-Semite. It's like me saying, you know, I hate black people. You know what I'm saying? How could I say that? I am a black person. So how could I be anti-Semite? You know, and it's like, it's stuff that is making them people think. You know what I'm saying? And when I say people, I'm talking about black people. It's making our people think. Black, brown people, you know. White people, they're not going to see that. Either way, they're not going to want to believe God is black, Jesus black. They don't want to hear nothing about people in the Bible black. They don't want to hear that. That's fine. We trying to go after our people. So it's like these brothers are in a position to where, with their bread, if they get behind a nation, like say the Nation of Islam with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, just imagine with Diddy, Jay-Z, and Kanye before he got, lost all of his money like that, or the majority of his money. But let's say he was still at almost $2 billion. And he got with Jay-Z, who's at 1.5 billion, and Diddy, who's a little over $1 billion. And they got behind the Nation of Islam and let's say one of the Hebrew Israelite, Ben Amin. That's two nations. Muslim nation, Hebrew Israelite nation. You got two nations backing you. That's the capital. That's the bread right there. With we could have banks. We could have hospitals. We could have airports. We could have, you know what I'm saying? Distribution companies.
We couldn't have all those things without them dudes being able to keep their pride, though. And that's the problem. What I mean is, what that bank is going to cost us, granted, they invested into it.
Right.
All the pictures of you butt naked letting them people play with your wee-wee. Play with your backside. Touch on your wife. Humiliation rituals. If they can get past the pictures they may have, the recordings they may have, the contracts they may have, they'll break away. You got to ask yourself, what kind of chain they got on these guys?
Yeah.
They got some heavy chains on these dudes.
Oh, you better
it
believe
makes too much sense to just say, you know what? Look, we beat up. We billionaires.
Yeah.
As a collective. And then we got some strong 100 millionaires following up. And we got a lot of babies that's worth a good 10, 20 million. Easy.
Yeah.
And they'll buy whatever we tell them hot. So,
well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I just make the point about the devil, the beast. You know, when these guys make it to Hollywood, when they make it to that status, they gotta get in your head. They gotta mess with you.
Man,
I just, you know, because, you know, just think, you know, someone with money and a platform or that type of star power. They can jump on any platform and make it pop and organize black people. And because one thing about black people, we going to follow the money. One thing about black women, they going to follow the money. What do black women respect? Money and power. If you got money and you got power, you a person that people look up to or fear or people want to follow you and be like you. That's attractive to men and women in the black community. But these individuals, along with a nation backing them, man,
that sounds great.
We could rival a nation, the third richest nation or the fourth richest nation in the world with that type of, you know what I'm saying, with just about a little over $3-4 billion.
But that's the thing. When you love your family, and you know them folks got pictures of you laid up with somebody doing.
We know they got you with the rituals.
The unforbidden.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
This the thing. Even if your wife already know your transgressions against her, if we plaster in social media, in regular media, all the outlets that we operate, granted he in the bed with a certain community of people, if we plaster this through our media outlets, your wife will absolutely leave you. It would be too much humiliation for her to face.
Yeah.
So if you want your family, we don't give a damn how much money you got. Break the covenant. Now check this out. Hurt people, right? And a lot of times when somebody hurts you, they hurt you in a way that would hurt them. So let's talk about that Summer Jam screen. When Jay-Z put Prodigy up there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know they probably gonna do the same thing to him. That's just the nature of the beast. But you had a Summer Jam screen. I got CNN, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Look at all the outlets I got. You had the Summer Jam screen. And that shit became legendary.
Yeah. That was legendary. That was crazy.
What we got on you? You want it on CNN? You want it? You ain't gonna keep that pretty wife. If we tell, look, in this moment,
I have to think like that about these guys. Because when your little bro them making dumb moves, look, he was under your wing. When you bring him to the table, you accountable. You can't just wash your hands. You bring fuck up to the table, you accountable. Y'all not gonna intervene, clean it up, help him out. Like, what's going on that he won't follow y'all lead no more? What y'all done done? How many times y'all done turned a deaf ear to his conversation? That he's not relying on y'all. See, when he outgrew y'all, maybe that became a problem. And now he's sitting at the table without having Big Bro them around. Or the love and the, guidance of
Big Bro.
old Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So guess what? Guess who my rock is now?
So.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Y'all got me up here with her, and then everybody who run everything else. Because guess what? When I was coming in the game, it was y'all that wanted my juice. Once I showed them what I had, they said, okay. They pushed y'all out the way and pulled me up. Because now they want some of my juice. And they not willing to accept it through your hands. They want direct access.
Yeah.
And y'all willingly get out the way and just let them have their way with me. Because how you feel about my progress?
Yeah. He made a lot of progress in the in the industry.
He up there by himself.
Yeah. And it's lonely at the top. I mean, when you get that high to the top, you know what I'm saying, and you talking about you sitting $2-3 billion damn near. I mean, it ain't, it's lonely there.
So why we don't value the intel?
Yeah. I mean,
we had a spot at the table.
Yeah, and that's how I look at it. I look at it as, like I said, whether he's been compromised, and I'm saying that as far as the opioids or whatever drugs or whatever they've been giving them.
I hate that narrative about us.
I'm saying that.
He tricked everybody else to be crazy.
Right, I'm saying that because, he mentioned something about they had gave him opioids or something like that. But whatever drugs that they give him.
That they put him on.
Right, they put him on. But, whatever that may be, I think he's still trying to fight to get that word or that message out there whatever way he can, and it's like whoever could catch little pieces of it and do something with it, it's really gonna spark some change in the industry, in the game. I think it's gonna be a new day, in the industry, the rap industry, because people are gonna start realizing who this little shadow group is that's running everything and controlling everything. And ever since the late 90s, it's like as soon as they came in and got control of everything and started paying niggas off and whatnot, this is where all the killing and all of the murders and stuff started.
They weaponized that.
They weaponized it. Yeah, this is where all the whole rap started. Back in the days, it was only like Lil' Kim. You would hear say rap about.
She caught the wave.
Sexual stuff.
Because Puffy was like the first Kanye.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it
started then.
My God, look at this
guy. Then from there, it just progressed, and now today you got the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions and the Glorrillas and the City Girls and it's like all of them are rapping about the same thing, about sexual content. There's no more balance. There's no more Lauryn Hill type of vibe, somewhat conscious. None of that. It's just straight stripper rap, straight whole slut bucket whole rap. It's crazy. So it's like if people can't open their eyes and see, it's like at what point are we going to say, yo, enough is enough. These niggas that's running the industry and then paying people to shut up and not spit certain bars and content or whatever, we got to get rid of them because we need that, put our, our stuff back in the, because it's killing our babies. like I said, rappers is dying left and right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we just lost Offset. I mean, not Offset. Takeoff. RIP. It's crazy. Like, look who's controlling it. So, I don't know, God. But, yeah, man. Like I said, I'm in the lab with the God. We just sitting here, bouncing thoughts back and forth. This is what we do after we spit some bars. You know what I mean? But, if anything, God, just, say a few words, close out and just say peace to the people. You know what I mean? Your thoughts.
I'm going to say this. We living in a time and we need to not be so quick to condemn. It's a lot going on. It's a lot moving. And we not living in the moment of who the best, who got the best theory as a collective. I'm gonna tell you, if the hip hop generation dies before we correct what we got going on in this industry, if we let the KRS Ones and few people check out, if a J. Cole, if that message die with our generation, you see what we got. We got death. You know what I mean? Our people need to live long enough to find out the truth. And the sisters unwilling to have kids, the brothers, they ain't trying to let your kids grow. So it's like the agenda, they have weaponized the music and got these, demon-minded youth just like, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, we got to really get back out there and start, rebuilding some things we helped tear up. We dropped the ball.
Sure did.
We dropped the ball when we got at the table. The table was enough. The references, the black Donald Trumps and all that, we dropped the ball because we was woke sleep. We was knowledgeable about a lot of things, but we was woke sleep. And we say the same thing about, today's conscious community. Everybody woke, but nobody don't know a damn thing. We dropped the ball when we got at the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we don't pick it back up, we in trouble.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
Ultimately, hip hop is like the last sword we got to fight with. If hip hop die without us saving or resurrecting the mindset of the youth right now, we in so much trouble because guess what they did? They didn't just demonize the culture. They sucked the life out of the culture. So guess what? Same way they did in the pyramids, they lightened them images. 2 generations from now, all them kids gonna know is that Eminem was the best thing that ever did it. And everybody else was trash. All the images of hip hop, the producers, they gonna be white. The rappers, they gonna be white. The dancers gonna be white. The shoe collectors, like, they can quote too.
Yeah.
They know the lingo. They own the lingo. They own the culture.
Yeah.
And we don't get these kids to knowing what we was on before we sat down at the table. the world is in trouble as it pertains to us. Over with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's over with. We got to pick up the ball.
We got a hell of a job to do, man. You know, and I mean, the only way it's gonna be done is collectively. You know what I'm saying? Pooling our resources, like, you know, the messenger taught. You know what I'm saying? And collectively rebuilding and doing things in our community. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, man.
The way they own the culture, bro, it's almost like the Sphinx, and all the statues, they got their nose shot off. Just think, look at Michael Jackson before Bro passed. Look at Prince. You know how easy it is 20 years from now to make it look like they was white men? It won't be no traces of us left in the culture. They own the culture. They own the outlets. Once we get done killing each other off, they can act like we was never here. And hip-hop was never a black thing. 50 years they can erase everything that happened in 70, 80, 90. Because they have gotten good at the culture. They got the platforms. They can tell you what this bar, they breaking whole Jay-Z songs down, what he was referencing to, and this, that, and the they scientists in their mind with the culture, and they own the outlets.
They'll pick it apart basically the same way they picked apart the Jewish faith. And now they calling themselves the Jews, which, you know, we know that they're so-called Jews. They're not the real ones. But yeah, they'll do the same thing with hip-hop and infiltrate the culture and eventually become, I guess, the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying, if you will, and try to be the dictators of it.
Posters of Rakim, he'll be Prince complexion.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
With
like
a Gucci suit on and a rope. Slick Rick. Prince complexion. He'd be like, yo, they was white guys.
Yeah. Lighten them up.
Rick the Ruler, he was a white guy from England.
Yeah.
Dana Dane.
Yeah, not a black guy from England, but a white guy from England.
Yeah.
You know, like
white guy from England.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man.
Just imagine that. It had already happened before.
Yeah. We just seeing it play out again, you know what I'm saying, in real time. But yo, man, it's the God Daysun, up in the lab with the God, you know what I mean? Yo, y'all be easy, and we gonna say peace.
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 It's a war going on outside, what can you run to? You in cahoots with the troops, you give your guns to. In the time of crisis, will they come through? If Russia push the button, what you gon' do? They talk about the youth and how they misled, but really it's the truth that been misspread. I used to flip on a piss bed, but now I got the piss on you dickheads, wrist red. You dead, I wanted you alive. This the type of shit you never see on Channel 5. They say the revolution will be televised, so why these motherfuckers still be telling lies? We in the middle of a war with Ukraine. God forbid I got to get on my Wu-Tang and move like Liu Kang, a wolf with two fangs. Fuck my government, so I got me a new name. Yo, I'm a soul survivor. This live oak spittery like old saliva, in the same tone in which David told Goliath, I'ma cut your head off and throw it in fire. Mind trick the body, think the mind is crazy. Mind trick the body, think the mind is.
Accept your own and be yourself is a lesson from God. Reform and civilize the earth and don't be stressing the God. The black community's a grave land, where cats chopping back rocks just like a caveman. Survival of the fittest in the last days, man. You on the wrong book and on a different page, man. I see your dogs trying to fight the lick for plate, fam. We bombing heavily, another pedigree. I stay where the metal be. I'm screaming on cats who got knocked to tell on me. I'm aiming hollows at you, Sammy Gravanos, mano y mano. The blueberry piffs inside the bottle. I'm really trying to teach you slow ass niggas. You in the slums with the hood rats and roach ass niggas, huh? I'm old school like a throwback nigga. Spray you with a can of mace, you a slow rap nigga, huh? You walking around on all fours like a beast, trying to pound all the whores and the freaks, You caught the jokes at the store with your peeps. Now you sitting fenced in like a dog on a leash.